Hello, it's Elsie here. Today's video blog is One Dance World. First, I want to give a great shout out to Miss Deanna of Low Country School of Performing Arts in Ladies Island. She's my ballet teacher, and she told me that she was coming to support me in Savannah, Georgia to attend AWOL's Situations uh, Shakespeare Sonnets, Trials and Tribulation of the Youth. AWOL All Walks of Life is a non-profit organization I've been working with since August, and their production is February 11th and 12th. In that production, these students are going to be performing four of my dance works. It's at 7 p.m. And the website you get your tickets at is www.scad, that's SCAD, boxoffice.com. At the Trustees Theater is the location. And Miss Jane and her husband are coming to support me and watch that. And I'm so happy. Which brings me to my topic, One Dance World. I am from Beaufort. After college, I got a chance to work in Johannesburg, South Africa. It was there that I was confident that I am now a professional dancer, choreographer, teacher, / arts administrator. I got to travel around touring in Mozambique, in the Netherlands, the Amsterdam, and The Hague. That's where I was touring at. And I got to do many works in Johannesburg. And through that company, I got to network. And I was dancing with other dance companies and working with other dancers and choreographers, watching as many dance pieces that I could see, and also teaching other people's classes and growing as a dancer and networking. When I say One Dance World, I mean One Dance World. Because what I have learned in my professional career is that we all are connected. We all learn something from each other. When I was a young girl in Beaufort, there was not a lot of dancing opportunities. I didn't know I wanted to be a dancer. I just knew this is the one thing that keeps me disciplined and keeps me focused and keeps me learning more. And so I looked for dancing opportunities with other teachers while being faithful to my studio in Savannah, Georgia, and got to work with different people there. When I went to college, I did the same thing. I studied at school, dance was performance and choreography concentration, but I was also dancing with other companies in the surrounding areas. It's because I never got comfortable in my comfort zone that I was able to adapt when I went to Johannesburg to any situation, because I got to study with people that were not of my comfort zone, and I got to study with different dance styles and different ways of approaching things, different people who gave me great quotes to live by, different dancers who I saw living their life and learning every day. I am now comfortable in saying that I am a professional dancer, choreographer, teacher, and arts administrator. I am comfortable, but most proud, I'm still a dance student. That's what fascinates me about dance, is that there's no perfect dancer. You could always learn from dancing. The great pioneers of modern dance, like Martha Graham, she says there's a point where you have to discover the movement inside yourself and figure out what that movement is for you. And she had this very classy voice when I saw her on YouTube. How could you find that if you don't go out there and work with different people? I'm home now in Beaufort. I work with many dancers as I want, but I do shamefully see what I saw when I was younger. When I was younger, Beaufort Dance World was very competitive. There was only 2 studios. I never got that. I never got into the competitive vibe because it wasn't for me. As a dancer, I just wanted to learn as much as I can and learn from other people. So that's what I did. I didn't focus on petty competitiveness. There's a healthy way of competition. That healthy way is explained best for me when I see a dancer, amazing dancer, and I'm dancing beside them. That dancer pushes me so much. Healthy competition, because I know I can go beyond that. And I always say when I'm in class as a student is that I am my biggest competitor. I have to be better than myself. I'm very hard on myself when I dance. But if there's nothing there pushing me to go beyond that point, I won't be able to go. When I came back to Beaufort, the first person who welcomed me here was Miss Janin, who's now my ballet teacher. She welcomed me very warmly with a cup of coffee and a couple cups of coffee because we did have a 2 hour long talk, and she just touched bases about what's happening in Beaufort with her because she wasn't here when I was growing up, and how she had developed this school. I don't want to even call it a studio. This dance school here in Beaufort. Her words at the time, I don't even think she knew, encouraged me when I started my dance company, Mafuka Works Dance Company in Beaufort. And because we are colleagues in the dance world, there's no competition. There's sharing. There's sharing and appreciation. And there's workshops coming up in Beaufort that I used to have to go to Columbia to do these workshops, and she's having a very nice workshop February 22nd, and she is bringing in a guy who mixes contemporary and hip hop, and he's also been in the commercial dance world working with different artists who are just absolutely amazing. If I'm not mistaken, my age group is at 8 o'clock to rehearse, to do a master class. It's not much at all, but these are the things that are happening. I also heard there's another dance school in Beaufort that brings in workshops. So if you have workshops in Beaufort, let us know so we can all come together as dancers in Beaufort by still remaining true to our dance school to come together and take these workshops. And when I have workshops as well, I'll let you know too, because Beaufort is growing, and we won't be able to grow if we're not together. And because the reality is, when you get out into this dance world, which I have, you're going to need to network, people. There's no ifs, ands about it. You're going to need to collaborate with other people. You're going to have to work with people that you don't even like. But that work needs to be done because guess what? That gig is paying you. I don't know if you're listening to this and you're a dancer, but if you are a dancer, I can give you through my experience the reality of it. And it's a lot of work, it's a lot of networking, and it's a lot of prayer that needs to be done. And what prepared me for that, I must say, from one dancer to another, with working with other people. I got an opportunity to work with Megan Howe, who is a colleague of mine. We grew up dancing here in Beaufort. She went off to college as well. And we worked together. It was a nice experience for her to respect me as a choreographer after all these years, and for her to be the dancer. And it was the first time I worked with Megan without her sisters or anything like that. And I saw a different kind of dancer come out of her. And she told me later that working with me in the production for One Blood, we're all connected, huh? A ha ha moment. Of course it was called One Blood, we're all connected. Of course, we're all connected. She said she had an aha moment that was a breakthrough for her. Because in a different setting, out of her comfort zone, everything clicked. And she had been flying, hey? She had her own classes, she choreographed, she went with it. But she needed to interlink with me for some reason to just break it and fly. And I'm so proud. And there's a lot of things that I have experienced in Beaufort. I must say that Beaufort, you have given me a nice warm welcome, and you've given me nice healing as a dancer. And I didn't even know that there was a lot of dance works in Beaufort. I just knew I needed to come home. I wanted a place where I could study for my master's. I wanted a place where I could teach some dance classes, and now it's developed into a performance dance company where we still have the dance education program of high art technical dancing of all kinds of ways. We have the African, the contemporary, We have the ballet, we have hip hop now, and we've taken those students of the dance education program and we developed it into a performance company where even when I was in New York, I have more gigs in Beaufort where I perform so much. Like we're performing every weekend. And so if you want that information for us to perform, another cheap plug, hey, that's mufukaworksdance.com, M-U-F as in Frank, U-K-A, works WORKS dance.com. But in all, I was compelled, I was really compelled to do this because I remembered. I remembered about two days ago where I've came from. Where I've come from. It's Beaufort. Beaufort was my town where I developed as a person. And I came back home after literally, it's actually really been 6 years with college and working and coming back home. I came back home because I needed to. And I thank you for for embracing me with such a warm welcome. Thank you, Deanna. Thank you, Megan. Uh, you have no idea how much you guys really mean to me. You've been there through the struggles and watched me as my dance colleagues grow and shared your stories when you didn't need to share your story with me, but you have, and I thank you for that. I have developed as a teacher, I have developed as a choreographer, I've developed as a dancer, and in my master's program, I have developed as an arts administrator. And 2 days ago, when it got hard, when it got really hard, I looked in my students' eyes and I realized the greater mission. The greater mission, hey, is to serve Him. And my purpose here in this world, became very clear to me after years of training. Finally, I knew the purpose that became a mission, and that mission is to use dance as a vehicle to inspire lives. It became very clear. That day I cried because that realization was in a student's eyes. Only Lord knows if that student is going to go off to be a professional dancer. Or maybe they'll take dance because arts has a way of tapping into the souls and guide that student in a way of self-confidence and assuredness that they matter. And they could walk right and left because they use dance as a vehicle to keep them focused. And they could fly. So I'm saying one dance world. Because dancers are like footprints in the sand. And the rest, they follow. So, from one dancer to another, from one person to another. If you could feel, you can dance. So let's make it one dance world and inspire each other. One dance world and inspire each other.